The 15th meeting of the Conference of the Parties to the Convention on Biological Diversity is to be held in two parts this year and next year in Kunming, the beautiful city in southwest China's Yunnan province. Ahead of this key meeting on biodiversity and the ecosystems, we are so glad to be joined by Ms. Elizabeth Mrema, who is currently the Executive Secretary of the Convention on Biological Diversity. So, welcome, Elizabeth.
My pleasure. Thank you very much for the invitation.
What is your take on China's performance on ecological civilization or preserving biodiversity?
China has done a lot. If I look at the convention perspective, China has been a strong supporter and contributor to the global biodiversity agenda and the processes. China was among the first countries to become a party to our Convention on Biological Diversity. China has also ratified the two protocols under the convention. So China offering to host this conference of the Party 15 is a clear demonstration of the government of China's leadership and commitment to biodiversity. And this will be well represented in the Kunming Declaration to be adopted at the COP. China has been one of our biggest donor countries to the core budget of the convention and the protocol, particularly since 2019. Restoration efforts that China has carried out over the last decades clearly represent a good model for future work, particularly under our ongoing decade of ecosystem restorations under the United Nations. And this again is something which can be emulated and learned by the other countries. Government of China has continued to apply long-term approach to halt and reverse biodiversity loss with multiple disciplinary teams that can offer evidence-based solutions to address socio-economic complexities.
So why do you think a community of a shared future matters to different countries?
Yes, it matters. First, this notion introduced by the government of China on ecological civilization is an interesting concept. And why interesting? Because it's looking at the relationship between the society and nature. You cannot look at nature different from the society. And by doing so, it provides an excellent perspective for our work, promoting effective restoration and protection of ecosystems through the implementation of ecological conservation projects and enhancing cooperation and exchange of biodiversity is of course of critical importance to ecological civilization. So all this actually will form part of the aim of ecological civilization and the Chinese notion of unity of nature and man, which we hope will be a good example for other countries also to follow or to emulate.
Thank you, Elizabeth, so much. I cannot thank you more for taking the time doing this interview with us. And I wish you have a very, very good time in Yunnan.
Thank you very much. I appreciate for this interview. I know it will help to also inform your audience what is ahead of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Bye-bye.
Bye.